Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. It's lovely to have you here. It is generally a slow start. I see that everyone's joining now quickly. So I mentioned to our suppliers that today we're going to start as close as possible to on time. So I'll give it another minute for some of the people that are still joining. I'll give them another minute to join, and then we are going to start. So thank you for your patience. We will start in about 1 or 2 minutes.
Cool.
Okay, guys, let's get going. Again, thank you so much for being here. Before we start, I just want to inform everyone that we are recording the presentation, just so that you're all aware. And after our series of webinars are all complete, we will be posting them online. So if any of you missed 1 or 2, you are welcome to go and have a look. And also, if you just want to go back and kind of refresh a bit, you are very welcome to do that. So they will be online, and we will let you guys all know where you can find them. They'll be on YouTube and on our website. So a very warm welcome. We're very excited to have all of you here today. Today we are looking at the northern part of the Serengeti, which we all know is very popular, especially in high season and migration. So we're very excited to hear from all of you. We are going to start with Simbavati Grumeti, where I have personally stayed, and I have to say it is still one of my most fondest experiences. It really was fantastic. So I'm very glad that I had the privilege of seeing it and experience it. So Kirsty, we're very excited to hear from you. If I can ask you, Emily, do you mind just switching off your camera, and please make sure that everybody's muted except the presenter.
Sure.
Over to you, Kirsty.
Thank you so much, Lynn. I'm also going to turn off my camera and just make sure everything is working nicely, and then share my screen with you. Just bear with me while I manage the technology. I'm assuming everybody can see it nicely. No feedback is good feedback. Thank you.
It's good.
Great. Thank you so much. So I'm Kirsty. I'm from the Simbavati Lodge Collection. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. I'm very excited to be presenting Simbavati Grumeti to you. Before we get started, I just quickly want to remind you that we do have a lovely Simbavati Tanzania circuit. Apart from Simbavati Grumeti, we do also have Simbavati Mara in the north, Simbavati Lake Ndutu in the south, which is on Lake Ndutu, as the name would suggest. So absolutely stunning views over the water, year-round destination. And then lastly, we've got Simbavati Musabi Plains, which is a brand new development. It is set just below the Grumeti River, and it is scheduled to open in May 2025. So just to keep that in mind. And then last but certainly not least, we have Simbavati Grumeti. So in the Grumeti controlled area, we do enjoy open fences with the Serengeti National Park. So the animals are free to traverse throughout, but of course we are in a controlled area. So it is a little bit less busy than certain other parts of the Serengeti, and we have less lodges and less vehicles. The Simbavati Tanzania safari lodges are all lovely 4-star safari options. So it is a great, if perhaps you have guests that are looking for a luxury safari itinerary, but perhaps they don't quite have the budget for a high-end 5-star safari, the Simbavati Tanzania safari lodges are a really great choice. And as you can see, they form a perfect little circuit. So really nice routing around that area. All right, so diving into Simbavati Grimesi, we are lucky enough that we have the migration passing right in front of our safari lodge. So even when the guests aren't out exploring the vastness of the reserves, they will enjoy wildlife viewing from the lodge itself. And we are, as I say, lucky enough to see that migration passing during the right time of year. Just to quickly touch on the logistics side of things. So we are 12 kilometers from Fort Tacoma airstrip. That will be your access point to Simbavati Grimeti. And generally, our guests will be flying from Arusha via Saranera. The flight is just over an hour, around an hour 10, hour 15 minutes. And once they land at Fort Tacoma airstrip, it's an easy 15-minute road transfer onto Simbavati Grimeti, where they will get checked in and all ready to start their safari adventure with us. We are in a 242 square kilometer Ecoma wildlife management area, which means that obviously it is controlled. And as I mentioned earlier, we're lucky enough to not have as many lodges and as many vehicles, specifically when we do have Big Five sightings. So it is a slightly more intimate safari destination, but we do have easy access into the Serengeti National Park. We're in very close proximity to the main gate. All right, and then the lodge itself. So as you can see by this picture, we are set at the foot of a hill. Although this picture doesn't quite show, we do have a slight elevation to the lodge. So starting from around 2 meters and up, that means we have beautiful sweeping views over the plains, and there are 2 levels to the lodge. So on the upper level, we have 5 luxury safari tents, plus our dining area and our lounge and bar area. And then on the lower level, we have the additional 7 luxury safari tents, plus a spa, a pool, and a lovely outdoor boma area with a fire pit and a dining area. Regardless of whether they're on the lower or upper levels, they do enjoy the beautiful sweeping views. But of course, the tents at the top do have a slightly higher elevation, so just a little bit better view from up there. We do have 2 luxury family tents included in the 12 tents, one on the top level and one on the lower level. And we welcome children from the age of 6 and up. So if you do have a younger family, this is a great choice for them. They can stay in a family unit. It's 2 bedrooms and they have nice peace of mind for their little ones. The lodge itself has been built with views in mind. Of course, as I mentioned, the elevation, here you can see the main lodge building and you really have endless sweeping views over the plains. So it's a really great spot to just sit with a pair of binoculars and soak up the view, spot the wildlife while you're sipping on a coffee or a cocktail. The accommodation itself, so we have 10 luxury safari tents with a single bedroom, and those can accommodate 2 adults plus 1 child under the age of 12. And then our 2 luxury family tents accommodate 2 adults plus 2 children up to the age of 12. All of them have a big private deck with beautiful views over the plains, ensuite bathroom with both an indoor and an outdoor shower, and all of the rooms can be converted either as a king or a twin configuration. And then looking at the tents themselves, so as you can see, beautifully appointed, lovely 4-star luxury accommodation, very out of African look and feel. It's light, it's airy, muted tones. You have the big sliding doors onto your veranda, so you can really make the most of being in that wilderness setting and having those sweeping views over the plains. And there you can see what they look like from the outside, and the little shower on the right side, so nice outdoor shower option, beautifully appointed, and all of your creature comforts, so very well equipped. They all have tea and coffee in the room, so for the very early risers, they can wake up and enjoy a beautiful sunrise on their veranda. Your luxury family tents. So we've got two of these. One is on the upper level, and it's a 2-story luxury safari tent. So on the top level is the main bedroom, and then downstairs is the children's room. So that's the one on the upper level. And then on the lower level, it's a single story, but a very similar children's room. It's adjacent to the main bedroom in the luxury safari tent. So it gives you a good idea of what the family setup is like, and really is a great choice for those younger families. Ensuite bathroom with a double vanity, and also has the indoor-outdoor shower. Your main lodge area, so bar and lounge with a small library and board games, so great to just entertain themselves while they are in the lodge. A lovely swimming pool with a terrace. We do have a permanent spa with 2 treatment rooms, so great to have a nice pamper treatment in the bush. And then of course your open air boma with a campfire for dining under the stars, and there is complimentary Wi-Fi throughout the main lodge area. And here you can see our lounge and bar setup. So really nice and comfortable to just relax with a cup of coffee or a cocktail in the afternoon and enjoy those stunning vistas over the plains. Big, beautiful skies. So as you can see, endless horizons, stunning sunset colors, and it really is just a beautiful wilderness setting. Our outdoor dining spaces. So of course you have your lovely fire pit, great place for guests to socialize and relax before or after dinner, your outdoor dining setup. And then if you do perhaps have guests that are celebrating a special occasion, or perhaps they're on honeymoon, then we can do a nice intimate candlelit dinner setup on the pool terrace. So that's a nice romantic dining option under the stars. And it is a fine dining experience. So we really do aim to wow the guests with the food. And apart from our outdoor dining spaces, we do have a big spacious indoor dining room as well. So there's plenty of room for guests to enjoy their fine dining experiences with us. Your pool terrace, so great place to relax, lounge on the sunbathers, have a cocktail, take a dip on the warm days, and just gaze out over the plains. Really nice place to just relax and unwind. And our staff are there, of course, to take care of your every need. Throughout the Simbavati Lodge collection, there really is a golden thread in the guest services, guest experiences, and fine dining. And here you can see in the top right, one of our spa treatment rooms. So that is also overlooking the plains, so they can have a lovely massage or spa pamper session with the wildlife grazing right in front of them. And that is literally on your doorstep. So even when they aren't out exploring, they will have the privilege of seeing the animals in close proximity to the lodge. We are very well positioned as far as the safari experiences go. We are just 20 minutes from the Serengeti main gate. So we do have the option to take guests out and do lovely excursions in the Serengeti, and then of course within the Grumeti controlled area as well. We do have privileges within the Grumeti controlled area that we don't have in the Serengeti National Park, which does add to the experience. So that would basically be your open vehicles. We can take guests out in open safari vehicles, whereas in the Serengeti, it is often a closed vehicle. We can also offer night drives, so evening game drives, a different kind of safari experience. Bushwalks, we can take them on guided walks in the bush, Big 5 walking safari, and then we can also go off-roading if we have a Big 5 sighting. So for example, if we spot a pride of lion, we can go off-road and get closer to the action. And then on top of that, we can also do some lovely dining in the bush within the Grumeti controlled area, such as a bush breakfast on the river's edge. And then, of course, we have our quintessential sundowners in the bush, where guests will enjoy a lovely spread of snacks and drinks as they watch the sunset over the Serengeti. And ending off with some lovely elephants at sunset. I'm not sure if anybody has any questions.
Any questions, anyone? That was wonderful, Kirsty. Thank you so much. That gave a very nice overview of the wonderful Simbavati Grumeti. And I hope that we receive a lot of inquiries.
I hope so too.
Yeah, your guests will be very well taken care of, guys. Thank you very much, Kirsty.
Thank you so much, Lynn.
Next, we are going to move over to Helen. I saw you online earlier. Are you there, Helen, from Nomad Lamai? Okay.
Hi, I'm here. Sorry.
There we go.
Sorry. Okay, hold on. Let me just share my screen here. Okay, one moment. Now my machine, it did work earlier, didn't it? Okay, now it doesn't work at them anymore. What's going on?
Just try again. Go to the share screen.
Oh. Do you want to put somebody else in front? Sorry, I need to.
Yes, we can do that.
Yeah, it worked earlier. Let me just try again. Yeah.
Should we, Emily, would you like to go?
Yes, absolutely. Let's do that.
Okay, that's fine. Pietra, then you can turn off your camera for now, and then we'll let you go straight after.
Thank you.
Straight after. All right.
Perfect. Okay. Great. Okay. 2 seconds. How do I view? Okay, perfect. Is that coming up nice and clearly for everyone?
Yes, that's wonderful.
Perfect. Okay, great. So yeah, thank you for your time. My name's Emily. I have been with Alex Walker-Serian for coming on 10 years now. I've worked on all the properties, mainly in Kenya, but also, of course, in Tanzania. And yeah, just to give you to begin with, I mean, we will be discussing our new Lamai camp mainly, but just to give you all a sort of overview of exactly, you know, who we are and where we operate. So we're an exclusive and intimate collection of tented safari camps operating in the prime wilderness of Kenya and Tanzania. It's really hard to talk about Alex Walker-Serian without mentioning our founder, Alex. He's a very well-known guide in the industry. He was a sort of very instrumental in starting the Mara North Conservancy here in Kenya. He grew up in Tanzania, Kenya, and then Sudan. So with us, you're guaranteed exclusive use of vehicle, whether you're a solo traveler or a family, a group of friends, you're always guaranteed an exclusive use of vehicle with a dedicated guide and spotter. But that being said, we have a huge emphasis on getting out of the vehicle. So lots of adventure fly camping, walking, bush law, spending time with the cultures in the areas that we operate. So as you can see here, so Serian Lamai is located up in this area here, the Lamai Wedge, which is a very, very special little corner of the Serengeti. Abundant game throughout the year. Although we have made this permanent, we've always had a little mobile unit set up in this location. But as I said, we've recently made it permanent as of start of high season this year. So I will go through that in more detail. We also have Kadimbui, which we're currently in the process of building, and that will also be open at the beginning of high season next year. So yeah, we will still be operating in the southern Serengeti during the birthing season, so December and April. The Lamai Wedge will be open all year round, bar April and May. And also, you know, it's really nice to sort of combine our properties, so our camps in Kenya. And they've actually just opened up a new flight route through Tarimi and Magori. So it's really easy to get to, which is fantastic. Yeah, so a big emphasis of, you know, longer stays, really getting to know, you know, your guide and your spotter, but also slowing down. We have no age limit other than, of course, walking is 7 for the kids. About 80% of all of our staff come from the surrounding areas and communities. We have a big emphasis on photography. So all of our vehicles are very well adapted to that. As I said, you know, you have a guide and a spotter. So the spotter's there for, you know, really sort of in-depth cultural knowledge and spotting, but then also to support the guide. We have specialist guides that come and do training with our team. Again, given Alex's background, it really is our main focus is our guiding team and you know, offering the experience. So this is our fly camping setup. As you can see, we use these lovely little bell tents. If you book fly camping with us, we hold your camp in the main accommodation. So yeah, as you can see, really spacious. It's a real sort of throwback to the tradition and romanticism of safari. Very spacious, and you'll always have your guide and your spotter with you. Very migration centric. But that being said, you know, there's always fantastic game in the Lamai Wedge. It's a fully hosted experience. And yeah, so just to give you an idea of Alex Walker's Serengeti Lamai, we don't offer Wi-Fi, which again goes back to our ethos of really, you know, digital detox and fully submersing yourself in the experience. So Serengeti Lamai, as you can see, is fantastically located right next door to one of the main crossing points. We've actually had situations where, you know, we'll be sitting down to lunch with guests and suddenly you hear, you know, see all the dust and you know, a crossing's happening, so jump in the car and head off to experience it. So yeah, perfectly located. So we have 8 tents and then 2 family suites, as well as 2 mess units. So you really can, you know, decide to interact with other guests or to be more private as much or more exclusive as much as you like. Try and factor in, you know, a minimum of 4 nights to really take in everything that the Serengeti has to offer. Stunning views of the Lamai Wedge and the Wakurikaria koppies with, you know, plentiful cheetah, lion, leopard, big 5 all year round. You know, secret season is what we call it, which is sort of now is a really special time to be in that area. We're one of, I believe, 5 other camps. So you really do have, you know, that really exclusive feel of having the Lamai Wedge completely to yourself. And yeah, as you can see, we've raised it up onto lovely teak wooden decking. The interiors kind of stay very true to all of our camps and all of our properties, using a lot of, you know, local craftsmen and artisans to do all the work. This is our family suite. As you can see, all your creature comforts, hot showers, flush loos. It's got a really nice sort of communal area in the middle, so fantastic for families. And yeah, just not taking it all too seriously, you know, really getting out there and enjoying everything that the Serengeti has to offer. And that is the end of my presentation. I'm glad, I hope I've sort of filled you in on where we are and where we operate.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you for your time.
I must say the fly camping looks very nice, very adventurous.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
amazing.
Yeah, no, it really is. It's a fantastic way to see it all.
Yeah, and a nice add-on, guys. So if you have any of your clients are keen photographers, then let us know, and we are very happy to assist you with putting together a journey that includes Alex Walker.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Pietra?
Okay, I'll
Are
give
you
it one more go. Otherwise, I'll ask you to share, Lynn. Sorry.
100%.
No, my permission has disappeared. Could you please do me the favor?
Yes.
Sorry.
I will. Emily, could you stop sharing quickly,
Sure.
please?
I'm just working on that now. Hold on a second. Okay. Perfect. Yeah.
Thank you, Lind. Can you make that a big screen? That would be fab.
Yes, it's going to start now. There we go.
Slowly. Anyway, it's not coming big. I still see the whole thing.
Oh, that's strange.
And Lynn, you can, at the bottom there, on your bottom footer, if you click the little book in reading mode, that works quite well on Google Meet.
Okay, I'm going to try again. Say again.
So at your bottom toolbar, the bottom right, there's a little book icon, reading mode.
Once I've shared or before I share?
Once you share.
Okay.
This is trial and error in Google
Oh, there
Meet.
we go. I think I've got it right.
There we go.
Perfect. Beautiful. So this is us drawing circles in the sand. Beautiful.
We make it work.
It's the waiting circle. So hi, this is Petra from Nomad. I'm presenting Lamai, so we can actually go further to the next slide. And just to tell you a bit more about Nomad, obviously we've been in and around Tanzania for about 30 years altogether with our founding fathers. And in Lamai, we have opened in 2011. So this is a lodge that came 2011 to the portfolio of our camps. And it was opened with the help of a lot of staff who have been with us for many decades already. So all old Nomad hands that have started as young people in Nomad. And for us, it's at the core of what we do is to work with our staff and the communities. There are some lovely videos that you can actually look at on the website with some great stories of people who are now in Lamai, which is absolutely lovely. You can go to the next page. Just to show you where we operate. So we have staff rotating from the whole country through our camps, which is an amazing experience for them and for us, obviously. And this is just showing you the impact that we have in the whole country, which is quite important, and it plays a big part of what you experience when you come to our camps, because you might have somebody from a small village outside of Mahale or Katavi, and suddenly you meet them in the middle of the Serengeti where they've never been before. So it's a lovely family that moves around the entire country, and we try and very much employ and help the people around our parks, which are extremely remote, not all like the Serengeti. So some of those reports can be downloaded. We have actually just published our first proper impact report that can be downloaded on the website. So it's quite an interesting document with people's stories that we like to tell. If you go to the next slide. So Lamai is up here in the north, in the northern part of Tanzania, right below the river. So Serion is north of the river. We are slightly south of the river, about 20 minutes to get to the river. And if you go to the next slide, we do have 3 sub-camps basically in Lamai. So we're built perched into a kopje. If you drive down in the valley here, you don't actually see the lodge when you look back into the kopjes, which is wonderful because we don't really want to be seen. So it's all natural interiors and building material that sort of blends into the environment. We have the main lodge, which is Lamai. We have Lamai Private, which is a private arm part of the main lodge, and then we have Mkombe's house, which is on the other side of the kopje, which is a completely private house for families that also accepts younger children. So 3 different parts that you can book. Lamai and Lamai Private can be combined, but Mkombe's house is a little drive around the kopje on the other side. So it looks like a completely different entrance to the client, and they don't actually know that there is a main lodge behind the kopje. Lamai main lodge is perched up there in the kopjes with 8 rooms, and out of the 8 we have 6 standard rooms and 2 family rooms. These are the main rooms that can be flexible into twins and doubles. So you can choose, we are flexible to provide what they want. And the family rooms have a shared bathroom between the kids' room and the parents' room. If you go one further, so you can see these views from the copy are obviously stunning. You look all the way over to Kenya. In clear weather, you see the Ololo Escarpment in the back, and you are there in your private little spot on the copy. For us, it's a lot about the activities that you can do in camps. So if you come on game package, a lot of it is included in the rate. If you come on full board, some of it can be added. We generally include walks in our rate when you come on game package with our guide. So it's really important for us to get clients a little bit out of the car and to also get the focus away from the big five and maybe see some of the small five and take that experience with you. So you can see the interior is all very subtle and sort of that understated luxury, natural colors. It's all locally made with artisans that we've been working with for decades. We have our in-house designer, which is she's part of the family. And so she's getting all these items individually made locally, which also helps to obviously reorder things. And it's these lovely muted colors that gives you that natural feeling. We have these screen-fronted tents, so we try and keep them as open as possible, so you can smell it and feel it and hear it at night when the lions are in the valley. So you can see some of the clients up walking there, and a lot of times people just sit on their veranda and just soak in the view and just enjoy being in the camp. If we go to the next one. Next slide. Yeah, so here's a little recap. So we have these rooms. We now have Wi-Fi in all the rooms. We don't have it in our main area. We still try and encourage people to actually interact with each other. And we found out it works quite well to have it in the rooms. We have obviously the migration around between July and October, sometimes into November, but we absolutely love the green season up there where you have the area pretty privately for yourself, and the cats don't move. As fantastic game viewing also in the green season. If you carry on. So Lamai Private here, it's slightly to the left of the camp, and you have your complete private setup, which is built of a small swimming pool, a main area. You can keep on the next one, that's no problem. So you can see the small swimming pool here. You have basically 3 standard rooms and 1 family room. So it's for up to 10 people, I would say. We are a little bit flexible to pinch or give away another room to the main camp. So you can have smaller groups or maybe up to 12 if needed, but then otherwise the mess tent gets a bit small. We also, in all our camps, provide private guide rooms. So if you have private guides accompanying your clients, they have somewhere nice to stay, which is of near client standards. So that's all there. And otherwise, Lamai Private is the same setup as Lamai. We do have a masseuse in camp that we offers massages. All our proceeds from the massages go to our conservation fund. So that's not for the company as such. And we also have a gift shop where the proceeds go to the conservation fund. If you go to the next one, we can have a little recap of Lamai Private. It's quite often used for multi-gen families or for smaller groups of adults who are traveling. And we can be a bit more flexible also with children's ages in our private camps. That's why we have those private camps in our portfolio, because the minimum age in our main camps generally is 8 years old. And then younger kids are very welcome in the private camps. If you carry on to the next one, we go to Mkombe's house, which is basically your home from home in the Serengeti. It's super comfortable. You can literally pretend that's yours for the time being. It's one of the only places where often clients just spend an afternoon at the pool with their kids and don't go on a game drive because it's just so wonderful. Kids are very welcome there at all ages. We have a kids paddling pool. If you carry on to the next slide, I think we might see some of that. So on the upper deck, you have a kids paddling pool as is separated from the deeper family pool. Here at the bottom right, you have a nice aerial picture of the lodge. It's built for 2 families in mind. So you have 2 master bedrooms on either side of the mess, 1 kids room that really can only be used for kids, and we have 1 kids pool that you could put adults in, but it is not really a master bedroom. So clients should be aware of that. So it's a really perfect location for 2 families in mind. They have their complete privacy. They have their own crew. Quite often kids spend hours in the kitchen with the chefs baking bread and making little mini pizzas or something. And just spend their time learning how to play bow with our staff or do something like that. If you carry on to the next slide, here obviously we have some kids on safari. It is the same location, very close to the river. If you carry on to the next, here we have a little video nook, just in case kids need a little bit of downtime. It's actually not used very much because kids are just loving to be busy with our staff, but it is a nice alternative to get everybody a bit of peace and quiet for a moment. And if you go to the next one, there is our little recap of the camp. So here you can have a clear picture of the little kids pool and the adult pool, and the views over. Actually, in the far distance, you can see Kenya. Beautiful views into the valley, and basically it's about 30 minutes from Kogatende airstrip and about 20 minutes from the river. If you go to the next slide. So the reasons to visit Lamai obviously are, everybody has the migration in mind, but for us it's a lot more than just the river crossings, and that's we love to have people come and stay for longer to actually have the time to explore that beautiful area, and also come in the green season when this place is just stunning and beautiful cats, and you don't have that many visitors. So obviously in peak season, which is when it's famous for, it's a fantastic place to visit, but we also really encourage visits in the green season. If you go to the next. So this picture has literally just been taken last week, which was absolutely lovely. We do offer hot air balloon from the lodge. We also have walking. So if you go to the next slide, there's a nice picture of, oh no, that's obviously peak season. Sorry, there we go. That's our river crossings from there. And if you go to the next slide, I think we have our sundowners. So we do have facilities to set up sundowners for clients. They're all included free of charge. We do little bush lunches down in the down from the camp. We can also do private dinners in the rooms if clients prefer. We sometimes do captain's tables, but sometimes clients have a preference to have private dining. So that's all a matter of discussing with their guide and with the camp manager. Usually we have our early game drives. People go out with a nice breakfast. They have a setup from the car, proper little breakfast setup with chairs and tables. And then they come back for lunch, and then they go out again in the afternoon, and usually get met with a sundowner, or they have a sundowner out of the car. So it's all very flexible. That can be discussed with a guide. As I said, we have a lot of staff from the area around our camp. So there are some lovely stories that they find along the way with our staff when clients get chatting in camp. So we really encourage that. For example, Piers, who's been employed 2011 when we opened the camp, he literally was a poacher from the adjoining village in the Serengeti and couldn't speak a word of English. And now 13 years down the line, his English is pretty much up to scratch. We're still waiting for it to get a little bit better before he's getting our proper guiding permission. But he's now a rifle carrier. He is our walking scout, and he can drive a car. So we love those stories of people who have a career in the company and grow up within the company. We have Paulina, who's been employed from Roby's Hope Center just outside Serengeti, which is a center where girls can run to who are facing FGM procedures. So they have a safe place where they can go to, and we support them We have sent a lot of them now to further education, and Paulina is one of them who has graduated from our tourism college, and she's now actually a chef in Lamai, and she's also spreading the word in her village of a career that can be done, even though you might have a challenging outlook in life at some point. We also sent some people from the village to our local tourism college who now act as our village liaison officers. So we can actually find out from the areas what they need and how we can support them so that they can get profit from being next to the Serengeti and facing obviously wildlife encounters on a daily basis. So a lot of those projects are stories that clients come across in camp, but you can also read up on them on the website on our Enhancing Pages page. If you go to the next one. So we obviously do a lot of walking. So this is from the age of 12. These are arranged in camp with our guide and scout. We have our own rifle carrying scout in the camp. And usually these are done in the morning or in the afternoon, take about 2 hours, and these are included in our rate on a game package basis. If you go to the next one, then we're done. Yes. So maybe just to also mention, we have obviously our rates that you can get through Lynn. And if you have, for example, a longer stay for 5 nights, you can save up to 10 to 25% depending on the camp combination that you can book. So it's worth looking at longer stays, and also that gives clients a really nice experience to actually make the most of the areas where they're staying in.
That was wonderful, Pietra. Thank you so much. And what a great option, guys, if you have any families traveling together with little ones, that, you know, the pool setup and them being so interactive with the staff and having their own kind of tailor-made experience is wonderful. So thank you so much for that, Pietra. That was really great.
Thank you.
Okay, and then lastly, last but not least, we've got Rama. Are you online? Yes, there you are. You are welcome to present.
Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. I'm just going to, I hope I'm not technically challenged, so I'm just going to try. Okay. Maybe if I can have by a show of hands, if everyone can see my screen. I'm already sharing.
Yeah, I think just start with the first page.
Sorry?
We can see, I think just move up to the first page.
I'm just trying to set it up. And there we go.
Perfect.
So I'm just going to start with what sets us apart from everyone else. And these are our 3 pillars. Our mission statement, which is empower, protect, and explore. So 90% of our team at the lodge and a few from the Arusha office are from the neighboring village, Ololosokwan, the Maasai. So we employ them, employ and empower members of our local community, preserve and protect the indigenous wildlife and natural species of the region, educate travelers on the rich natural and cultural resources that our country has to offer. Tasa is a luxury safari lodge located in northern Serengeti. I'm going to dive right into the Tasa experiences. So we are in a private concession area, and we do have some privileges being in a private concession, of which one of it is we do offer night game drives. This is one of our unique selling points. Very few places you'll be able to do night game drives. We also offer sensitive off-road driving. I repeat, sensitive off-road driving. We are also in a position where we're able to offer bush dining experiences and the Maasai Boma experiences. We're an all-inclusive property, so all-inclusive experiences are offered. Unlimited safari experiences, authentic Maasai experiences, which includes visiting the nearby village, and hearing their stories and just getting to see how they go about their daily lives. This is very authentic compared to other places where you visit. Complimentary return transfers from Lobo Airstrip. Family friendly, so we accept kids of all ages, and we're also ideal for smaller groups, families, and couples. Location-wise, as I said, we're up in the north, so we're bordering the Masai Mara and the Serengeti National Park. The nearest airstrip is Lobo Airstrip, which is literally 45 minutes away. We have daily scheduled flights coming into Lobo and out of Lobo, from Arusha, from Zanzibar, from Dar es Salaam, and from within Serengeti as well. The lodge itself, I'm going to start with the lodge itself, the offering. So we have a proper dining area with indoor fireplace. I'm not sure if you can see that. We have a furnished bar and sitting area, indoor and outdoor lounge. We have large viewing decks, the fire pit. We have an infinity swimming pool. We also have a safari curio shop. We have an outdoor boma area and an in-room spa treatment. Accommodation-wise, we have 12 beautiful luxury tents, very spacious, 50 square meters. Each room has a private veranda outside. We have ensuite bathrooms with hot water 24/7, double vanity and hair dryers provided. We also have plush robes and slippers in every room. We have a comfortable lounge area just at the front of your room. We also have what we call gym in a basket. So you can get to place your yoga mat outside on the veranda in the morning and just take in all the scenery and just do your yoga out there. We also operate on solar with 24-hour backup power. So like I said, we're family oriented, we're very family friendly. I'm just going to switch on so you can see we have a family tent. Currently we have one of these, but we're putting up another one due to demand. As you can see, they're just 2 rooms interconnected, and it has an enclosed pathway. So you can have the parents on one side and you can have the kiddies on the other side. And during the night, the flux go down and it's very safe to move from one area to another. So the parents can either check on the kids and the kids can go to the parents if they don't feel comfortable. So we do offer night game drives, like I said, walking safaris. Chances of seeing the big 5 very high and likely. We do offer stargazing. We offer private game vehicles, open safari vehicles, sensitive off-road driving, and we also have the beautiful TASA moments, which are our unique selling points again. We can do bush dining experiences, walking safaris, up-close animal sightings, Boma dining experiences, Maasai cultural experiences. We also have the Ololo Sokwan Primary School visit, where guests can also participate and donate. So we have a philanthropy arm that is of our own, which is Explore with Purpose, but we do also work with other NGO partners in Tanzania. We're very, very, very honored to work with Sana. I'm not sure how many of you know Sana, but they work with the disabled community in Arusha. We support them 100% any way we can by purchasing their products, and we also include them in our safari shop, and all proceedings go back to them. We also work with Wine to Water to make sure every community, every household has a clean running water. And we have very exciting news. Come July 2025, we're opening a migration camp. Very, very exciting. So we're going to be moving 3 times a year. Most people only move 2 times a year, but when everyone else is asleep, we're going to be moving the 3rd time. So We're going to be, during the dry season, we're going to be up in Kogatende, which is July to October. And then we're going to come down to Ndutu. This is the green season, December to March. And then we're going to make use of the shoulder season here, right here, in the Musabi Plain area, which is May and June. So we're very looking forward to that. It's looking very beautiful, and we're using the same interior designer that did the Tassel Lodge. So basically, it's almost going to be the same with the same feel and touch, but a little bit different since it's going to be based on a mobile migration camp aspect. So the camp offerings are going to be a proper lounge and bar tent. We're going to have a dining tent. We're going to have a courier store. We're also going to have an outdoor fire pit and viewpoints in the main areas and in the rooms. We're going to try and be family friendly, being very mindful that this is a mobile, and compared to the lodge itself. We're also going to offer dining experiences, unlimited safari, stargazing, cultural experiences, hot air balloon, and airstrip transfers, respectively. We're going to have 12 luxury tents, and then we're also going to have 2 interconnected, so the same as I showed you before, the family tent. So each tent is going to have private outdoor sitting, ensuite bathrooms, sitting area, workout basket, room service, and laundry service. I'm not sure if anyone has a question. My commercial director is on the call as well. If Michelle, you want to add on to something, I'm just going to be browsing on the images so everyone can have a better picture.
Thanks, Rahma. I think, is there anything else from anyone?
Also, before I forget, we have offers going on. So we have an opening offer for the migration camp. We have a limited time offer whereby you get 30% and up to 60% off during the low season period. And we have a combo offer that combines the migration camp and the lodge itself. So please feel free to let us know and we'll provide you with information.
That's fantastic, Roma. Thank you so much. Are there any questions from anyone? I think you were very thorough, so everyone's got quite a lot of information. We're very excited about your migration camp. Congratulations, that's great news. And it's always lovely to do a combo between the two, so that's fantastic. Guys, thank you so much. Again, firstly, to our suppliers, we wouldn't be able to do what we do without having the incredible relationships that we do have with you guys, so thank you so much. We had Simbavati Grumeti, Nomad Lamai, Alex Walker Lamai, and now Tassel Lodge. So thank you so much for being part of this journey with us. We just love working with you guys. And to our agents, thank you so much for being online. If you guys have any questions, we've got all the rates. We are all prepped and ready to help you with all of your bookings for next year. As you all know, availability is often a problem, but we still have some good space available. So let us know if you are looking at the migrations season. And also, like Ramna mentioned, it is not always just the high season that gives your clients the beauty of Tanzania. There's so much more on offer. So reach out. We are ready to help you. And we look forward to seeing you all next week when we have our final webinar of this season on the 7th of November, where we will be looking at a couple of migration and mobile camps. So thank you all so much for joining. Reach out if you have any questions and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good time.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.